Hello, joyful soul. How are you today? Well, I have been given the nudge to do a video for those of you that are going through some big shifts and changes. Um, there's a lot going on right now, guys. We're starting second quarter of 2023, and but of course, this message is going to be timeless, right? Because it's coming in through spirit to me, from my heart to your heart. And I've been thinking about this all day today, and I just had that little voice right here that wanted me to share this information and this message with you today. So, where do we begin? That's the question of the day. Where do we begin? How do we get through a lot of the things that are happening right now within the world, within ourselves, within our families? And this can be a transition. I'm kind of wanting to talk about transition, I think, transition adjustments, shifts, changes, beginnings, endings of everything really in our experience. And how do we get through these, not stumbling blocks? I don't want to say stumbling blocks, but I'm feeling kind of like, when you ever see track and field, the kids are running and they jump over the those little square thingies, right? I can't even think about it right now. But I'm seeing runners in my mind. I'm seeing all of us on this track of life. And we're all trying to just get through it. We're just going as fast as we can, but we have a pace. We have a pace that sometimes speeds up and a pace that sometimes just comes to a complete stop. And then we have to take a big breath and start again. And how do we navigate that, right? How do we get through all that without feeling completely lost and completely overwhelmed? Well, guys, I've had a lot going on my own in my own lane. And I think that's something that I've been hearing from spirit for God months, years now is stay in your lane, right? Don't worry about everything else happening out in the world right now. Just stay in your lane, keep your frequency high, stay close to God, stay close to your faith, and just really focus on your journey. And but how do we do that? How do we do that without letting outside influences and forces come in to our experience? We get jarred with news, with a phone call, with a text message, whether it's a work thing or a friend thing or a kid thing, right? We have a lot going on. But for those of us that are going through some pretty big transformations and changes during this awakening, during this big shift in our collective and in the world right now, um, we might feel overwhelmed, and it can put you pretty down. You get to a full stop almost. Either you get sick or you get injured. You feel pain somewhere in your body, knees, back, hips, sciatic nerve, whatever it is. And that's your body calling you. That's your body saying, "Hey, you know what? There's a lot going on in here. Where are you in your mind? What are you thinking about? And how are you processing this stuff? How are you processing the transition of a loved one that is now in heaven and not on the earth plane anymore? How do you process the death of a marriage? Or how do you process um, just the shift in you, in yourself?" Well, what I'm being called to say today is number one, to breathe. Get a breathing practice going for yourself. When you take in those big breaths, not only are you bringing oxygen into your body and getting it deep, deep down, but you're really also releasing energetically stagnant energy. Anything that doesn't work, anything that is not relevant or that is not really yours to have in your body anymore. And we don't realize the power behind a breath, but their breath is the breath of life, guys. We have to breathe. And sometimes we take it for granted. We just wake up every morning and you breathe in, you breathe out, and we don't realize what a miracle it is to have breath. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever just really taken a minute and just thought about your breath? Probably not. How often do you think about your breath? Right? Probably not. I think a lot of us are probably just going through life and we're breathing and we're puffing and puffing up a hill but we don't really pay attention to the healing power of breathing. When you breathe in life, you breathe in hope, you breathe in your faith, whether you believe you have it or not. And it doesn't, this is not a religious message. This is not, there's no denomination with breathing. Okay. We're all here. We're all breathing this air. Now, I'm not going to say to go stand on a road with all these emissions and start breathing, right? That's not what this is about. But when you're at home, when you're in your quietness, when you're in your bedroom, when you're sitting down before you turn on the television or before you check on your phone, or just because you want to, take a minute, take 10 and breathe deep. And when I say breathe deep, I mean breathe deep. Fill up that cavity, fill up that belly, okay, till it just gets really big and push your air down, push it down, breathe big, 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 and hold it for 3 seconds. Hold it for 3 seconds and then just let it out. And when you let your breath out, just release whatever it is that's hurting you, whatever it is that's making you feel sad, whatever it is that is bothering your mind, whatever is not giving you peace, okay? Whether that's fear of lack of money or anxiety because you have to go do something you don't want to do, or depression because you missed that person who's no longer with you, or just whatever it is that's not making you feel good. Okay. We don't need it. Doesn't even need to have a label. Sometimes we just feel shitty. Okay. So take in that breath, breathe in life, know that it's peace, know that it's hope, know that it's love. Breathe it in, hold it, and then let whatever isn't working for you, what does not serve you anymore, let it out. Okay. Do this at least 3 times a day if you can. And I'm not telling you to sit there for 2 hours and do this. Okay. 10 minutes. Who doesn't have 10 minutes? All right. So just do it for yourself. Try the breathing. But the other thing that I'm being guided to share with you also is what I would have to say probably to just ask yourself, you know, is this the end of the world for me right now? Is this really the end of it? Am I not going to get up tomorrow? Am I not going to have another day where I can just grab onto a shred of hope? Or is this it? Okay. Sometimes in our mind, okay, in our mind, they take thoughts go. They just come rampant and it's crazy thinking. And we can't get out of the forest to save our soul, right? We're in the forest and we can't even see the trees. How many times have I said that to you guys? Okay. And you feel that everything is just falling apart. And it probably is. Okay. I'm going to validate you. What you have come to understand, what you have come to depend on, what you came to rely upon is probably changing. And you're going, well, shit, this isn't okay. I don't like this feeling. I don't like this feeling. Okay. So what is the feeling? Ask yourself this question. What is the feeling? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid that you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone? Are you afraid that you're going to be given an opportunity that you don't really want to see yourself differently, to do something different for yourself? What is it? What is it that you're so afraid of? Because, guys, this too shall pass. Okay. This too shall pass. But a lot of us are coming up on our end of season. Okay. They always say every 7 years, something changes. And it's happening for many. It's happening for a lot of people all at the same time. And it manifests in many ways, like I said earlier. But I think the main thing here is to understand that it's not the end of your world. Everything will be okay. You have to have faith. You have to trust that you might not like it and it might feel really uncomfortable and it's going to be a little scary, let me tell you. But at the end of the day, you are still you and you are loved and you have more support all around you than you can possibly imagine. If I could just show you, if there was a way for every single person on this earth to see how much support we are receiving right now from the universe, from the central sun, from God, from Jesus, from whoever, Allah, Buddha, okay? It doesn't matter. Those are labels. What matters is that you are love, that you are love as a noun, that you are lovable, that you are loving, and that you are loved because you are. We all are. And we're all in this together. And so, the other thing that I would say, and this is why it's really important to try to stay in your own lane, is we are connected. We are this fiber optic connection, this, I want to say it's a web, okay? It's a web of energy. We are connected to each other. So your vibration matters. Your thoughts matter. But it also is important for you to understand that you might be picking up energies from other people. If everyone's sad about the same thing, if someone transitioned back into non-physical, let me just go there. If someone transitions into non-physical, or it's an end of a marriage, okay, it's kind of the same thing. You're going to go through the feelings. Everyone in the family is going to go through the feelings. And the fear from person A to B to C to D to E, it's probably pretty big. But if you can make one small shift and just allow for some soothing, loving energy to come into your heart to help you understand that that loved one is still with you, that the veil is pretty much not there anymore, and that if you hear or feel them around you, they are there. You're not going crazy, okay? But if it's the end of a marriage, if you know in your heart that it's you'll be better off, they will be better off, the whole situation will be more positive and more loving, and just to find a way to end things with love instead of anger and hatred and resentment. If you can find a way to see the silver lining, to see the light, to see that there is a new beginning for everything, there is a new beginning, then it won't be so hard. And your shift in vibration will affect person A, person B, person C. And then eventually all of you as a collective will start to shift in how you're viewing the situation. And when you shift on how you see something, it changes. Okay. It does. It just has to because your vibration, your thoughts about it, your belief system about it is not the same anymore. It's not steeped in fear or anger or resentment or, you know what, I never got a chance to say what I needed to say. I want the last word, right? You got to pay attention to what it is that you really are wanting, number one, and what's going to help you. Because if it's, well, they have to be different, well, they need to change, or I'm not going to change, or, then you got to ask yourself, okay, let's pretend that is never going to happen. So how can I heal? Even if that doesn't happen over here, my expectation, if that expectation isn't met, how am I going to be okay? Because guys, it's all within. It's all here. It's inside of us. We have no control over people, places, or things. And I learned that the hard way. And it took me years to get over some pretty big things. So I'm here to tell you that there is a tomorrow, but right now, you have you. Stay in the moment. Know that tomorrow's coming and that it will be better than today. And that in 10 minutes, you may shift and it may be better than it is right now. Okay? But really, the most important thing is not to lose faith that in this present moment, you are supported, you are held in the arms and in the hands of God, and that this is all part of this awakening process, that we are all going through some pretty big things, and that you are the strongest of the strong, that you are amazing, that life is going to be everything that you hope it will be. When you hope and you think of things with love in your heart and you realize how beautiful you are and how special you are and how amazingly blessed you are just because you were born, just because you're you. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be anything, nothing at all. You are lovable just because you're you. Can you feel that? Do you believe that? Because if I sound like I'm losing my mind here, well then I'm glad I lost it because this is the truth. It's not what we've learned. It's not all the conditioning we got. We don't have to earn love. We don't have to be a certain kind of way to be happy or to have abundance and prosperity. No, 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 no. You don't have to do anything. It's not about the doing. It's about the being. And it's being in concert with your higher self. It's being totally in alignment with the truth of who you are. And it's being open to the thought, to the truth that you are perfect. You are perfect. And I hope that this reaches your heart. And I hope that whoever sees this video, it's because you were meant to see this video. Guys, it's all going to be okay. Trust. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you that we are all connected and that our vibration matters and our thoughts create things. And that if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. They truly do. And everything is going to be just fine. It's all good, guys. It's all good. And I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot of emotion right now. Because I know it's hard. I remember. And every day is a day to choose again. And I chose this morning to love myself a little more and to share it with you. But I want you to know that no matter what is happening, no matter what changes have happened, that you feel things happen to you, right? It's happening for you. Because everything is going to be okay. And you're going to feel better. It is promise. In this moment, you are loved. You're surrounded by light. You're surrounded by angels. And I am praying with you. I love you. Namaste, my friend. Namaste. Love you.